Hey you, I'm so glad you're here today. I'm Jenny Prachko from Owls and Indigo, and I make videos about spirituality, moon-themed bullet journal videos, writing and journaling prompts, mental health and awareness, and my story. Today I wanted to share with you my February plan with me. So let's go ahead and get into this and see what I have in store for February.
So right now I'm just flipping back to my year ahead tarot spread that I did at the beginning of January and seeing what my card for February is. This year I'm going to recreate the tarot card for every month at the beginning next to my monthly cover page. So now I'm recreating the Five of Cups from the Wild Unknown tarot deck. The Five of Cups features a horse, and this card represents grief and disappointment. The Five of Cups indicates a time of sorrow. A relationship may fall apart, or an old friend could slip away. There will be disappointment and regret. It's important not to make any hasty decisions. It may also be helpful to look at the type of expectations you place on others. Perhaps they can never do enough to please you. So we'll see if my February ends up being full of grief and disappointment, or if this insight helps me to reevaluate situations that could be disappointing as the month goes on. I just filmed my January tarot card review of the card that I pulled for January in this year ahead spread. I'll have that coming out really soon, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss that. I go into how January shaped up, and I talk about whether or not this tarot card that I pulled for January had anything to do with the way my month turned out. I'm working on my February cover page, and my quote this month is, "When the wind rises, we must try to live." I saw that in another bullet journal video recently, and I just really loved the quote. So I wanted to include it this month, especially with the theme of grief and disappointment coming from the Five of Cups from the Wild Unknown tarot deck. And now I'm creating my daily tarot draw boxes. In this spread, I like to pull a tarot card every single day and recreate the miniature here, and then also record what the card means. This is a way for me to get to know my tarot decks better and get to know the archetypes and themes behind them. This also serves as a creative outlet for me and a place where I can create artwork every single day. On the back side of my Five of Cups tarot card flip out, I have my monthly spirituality prompt, and as you can see, I made a little mistake here, and I'm going to show you how to fix that in a second. I always ask myself the same questions at the end of every month. What did I learn? How can I challenge myself? And what is a time saver and what isn't? And what am I most grateful for? And on the back side of the January cover page flip out, I'm creating my monthly overview. I really like doing it this way as a flip out because no matter where I'm at in my journal as the month goes on, I can just fold out this page to fill in my calendar for the week, and I don't have to like flip back and forth to try and write things down. It's made things a heck of a lot easier. So I'm just filling in the moon phases with my DIY moon phase stamps. I really love these stamps. I love how hand-drawn they feel. If you want to see how I made these and how you can make your own, I will leave a link up above and down below, so make sure you check those out. Now I'm creating some folk art horses. I'm not too sure if I like how these turned out. They're just okay. I think I have some different ideas on how to do it better next time if I try this style again. And I have a mistake over here that I want to show you how to fix. On my daily tarot draw spread, I accidentally started to draw in one more extra box than I needed. And when I realized that, I stopped myself, and here is how I'm going to fix it. I'm just adding in some more floral doodles and just turning those two lines into a branch and pretty much just covering up my mistake. So this is a way that you can fix bullet journal mistakes. And speaking of mistakes, let's go ahead and fix this monthly spirituality prompt. I'm just using a little bit of whiteout. This isn't liquid whiteout, this is tape whiteout. And I like the Bic roller kind. It just rolls right out like Scotch tape almost. And then I'm just creating some more floral to fill in the gaps and to cover up my mistakes, so it looks like they were supposed to be there from the beginning. This is one of my favorite spreads and one of my most used spreads when it comes to my bullet journal stack. This is my mental inventory. This is a lot like a brain dump page. It's just a place to get out all the things that are on your mind, and this really helps my anxiety. I always have a lot going on in my brain and I need a place to put it, and I get very distracted, so it's very easy for me to flip to this page and to just fill it out with whatever's on my mind and get it on the page and out of my brain, so I don't have to think about it anymore. That way I know that it's still there and ready for me to reference when I have the time and the bandwidth and the capacity to deal with it. Now I'm working on my first weekly layout for this month. I like to do a rolling weekly. I discovered this over on Plant-Based Bride and I just have fallen in love with it. I don't tend to need a lot of daily space, so I have 2 weeks on this spread. On the right side of the spread, I have my tasks, which is my rolling weekly. On the left side, I have the days of the weeks for 2 weeks, and I like to keep it really simple by just doing M3 to 4, W5, and so on. And here I am using those DIY moon stamps again to fill in the moon phases for the next 2 weeks on this weekly spread. And finishing off the page with some little doodles. And unfortunately, my camera crapped out on me. So I have a couple of spreads here that you aren't going to see me plan, but you'll see in the flip through. They are my habit trackers. I'm tracking my steps again, and then also my goal for the month is to embody my spiritual yoga practice in its various forms. And the options that I have are learning the history, breath work, meditation practices, stretches, poses, and yoga flows. And so far I'm doing pretty good on keeping up with it.
Before we get into the final flip through, I just wanted to say I'm super grateful that you chose to spend your time here with me today. I had a lot of fun creating this spread. I wasn't entirely sure if I was going to like it at the beginning, but it turned out to be really awesome. The way that I came up with this theme was to go back to my year ahead tarot spread and see if there were any themes or imagery that I wanted to pull out of it, and that's what I did. I had the horse on one of my tarot cards that I pulled for this year, and it was the 5 of Cups from the Wild Unknown deck. And I took the motif of the horse and I found some folk illustrations that had cool colors over on Pinterest. I also really like how the floral elements turned out. If you want to see more close-ups of my journal, make sure you check out the link below and follow me over on Instagram at @AlsIndigo. That's where I am most. That's where I'm sharing close-ups of this journal and little tidbits and check-ins with this journal. So make sure you follow me over there on Instagram at @AlsIndigo. You can also find me over on my website, alsindigo.com, where I share weekly spirituality tips, writing and journaling prompts, little tidbits about the moon and how to move through the lunar phases with your goal setting, mental health and awareness, and my story. We're going to have a gibbous moon check-in really soon, so make sure you head over to Instagram and follow me there, because that's where I have these little mini moon updates that relate back to my yearly goals. and the goals that I set at the beginning of each new moon. So I have a goal setting practice that I do monthly in alignment with the moon phases, so if you want to check that out, I will leave a link up above and down below. I'm super grateful that you chose to spend your time here with me today. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!